Chapter 8, Mishnah 2. This Mishnah continues discussing which types of grain are preferred to use for Menachos. Ideally, we do not bring grain for Menachos from a field that requires fertilization, nor from a field that requires irrigation, nor from a field with trees, because grain from such fields is generally of poor quality. However, if one did bring grain from one of these fields for mincha, the mincha is valid. The Mishnah describes the ideal way to produce grain for Menachos. How does a person work his land to produce superior grain for Menachos? He plows the entire field the first year and plants only half the field, but he does not use that grain for Menachos. In the second year, he plows the whole field again and plants the other half of the field 70 days before Pesach. This second planting will produce a lot of fine flour, which is fit for Menachos. The Mishnah teaches how the flour was checked to ensure it was free of impurities. How does one examine the flour to determine whether it is fine enough? The treasurer of the Beis Hamikdash, who buys the flour for the Menachos, puts his hand into the flour. If dust, i.e. tiny particles of inferior flour, comes up in his hand, the flour is invalid until he sifts it again to remove this dust. And if the flour grain became wormy, it is permanently invalid.